No discipline, no progress. It's that simple. You can blame your circumstances. You can blame your past. You can blame the economy, your boss, your parents, your luck. But at the end of the day, when the lights are off and the world is silent, there is only one question standing in front of you like a mirror. Did you do what you said you would do? Motivation feels powerful. It gives you goosebumps. It makes you promise that from tomorrow everything will change. But tomorrow comes, and nothing changes. Why? Because motivation is an emotion. Discipline is a decision. The truth most people avoid is this: progress is boring. Progress is repetitive. Progress is waking up when you don't feel like it. Progress is doing the work when nobody is watching, clapping, or liking your posts. It's choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. And most people choose comfort. Every successful person you admire once stood where you are standing right now. They felt tired. They felt unmotivated. They doubted themselves. The difference? They acted anyway. They trained their mind to obey their goals instead of their feelings. Discipline is not punishment. It's self-respect. It's telling yourself, my future matters more than my excuses. It's going to the gym when your bed feels warmer. It's studying when your phone feels more interesting. It's saving money when spending feels easier. It's showing up again and again, even when progress is invisible. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need to feel ready. You need consistency. Because small actions repeated daily become unstoppable momentum, and momentum builds confidence. And confidence builds results. Right now, your life is a reflection of your daily habits. If you want different results, you must build different routines. There is no shortcut. There is no secret formula. There is only disciplined action repeated over time. Imagine where you could be 1 year from now if you stopped negotiating with your excuses. Imagine the strength you would build if you kept your promises to yourself. Imagine the respect you would feel when you look in the mirror knowing you didn't quit. No discipline, no progress. It's not complicated. It's not magical. It's not glamorous. But it works. So the real question is not, can you succeed? The real question is, are you willing to be disciplined long enough to see it happen? No discipline, no progress. It's a simple phrase, but behind these 5 words lies a truth so profound that almost every success story in history silently carries it. Yet, we often ignore it because it demands something from us that we are rarely willing to give. Consistent effort, self-control, and the courage to push through discomfort. The world around us constantly seeks shortcuts. Social media floods us with stories of overnight success, viral fame, and instant wealth, creating an illusion that progress can be rapid and effortless. But reality is far less glamorous. Progress, real progress, is never instantaneous. It is earned in silence, through habits, choices, and the disciplined repetition of small actions over time. Without discipline, no amount of talent, luck, or desire can take you to the level you dream of. Take the example of Michael Jordan, widely regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time. You might see the highlight reels, the slam dunks, the championship trophies, and think greatness came naturally to him. But Jordan himself admitted that his success was built on relentless practice. In his early years, he was cut from his high school basketball team, a moment that could have crushed anyone's spirit. Yet he didn't give up. Instead, he committed to a regimen of hours upon hours of practice, long after his teammates had gone home, perfecting shots, improving footwork, and conditioning his body and mind. That is discipline. Showing up consistently, even when no one is watching, even when it hurts, even when you feel exhausted. Without that discipline, those championship rings, those MVP awards, and that legacy would never exist. Discipline is not about doing something once or twice. It's about creating a lifestyle where your actions align with your goals, even when it's inconvenient. Think about J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before she became one of the world's most successful writers, she was a struggling single mother, writing in cafes while her child slept beside her. There were days of rejection from publishers, days when she felt hopeless, and days when she could have given up and chosen comfort over creation. Yet she didn't. She disciplined herself to write daily, to respect her craft, and to show up even in the face of rejection and self-doubt. That consistent discipline transformed her life and brought the magical world of Hogwarts into millions of homes worldwide. Now, discipline does not always have to manifest in monumental feats. It often lives in the small, invisible choices we make every day. It's waking up early when the bed feels warm. It's choosing water over soda, a book over a phone, action over procrastination. Consider Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, whose life is an ongoing testament to disciplined action. Long before Hollywood lights and millions of followers, he was a young man struggling with debt and setbacks, often feeling defeated. Yet he built his body, honed his craft, and pursued opportunities relentlessly. His mornings started at 4 a.m. with workouts, his days were filled with hard training, and his nights with discipline in nutrition and planning. That consistency became his advantage, turning a seemingly ordinary man into one of the most admired figures in entertainment and fitness. Discipline, in his case, became the bridge from struggle to success. But what makes discipline so powerful is that it doesn't just build skills or wealth, it shapes character. It teaches patience, resilience, and self-respect. Imagine a young entrepreneur with a groundbreaking idea, but no routine. She is talented, creative, and visionary, but she works only when she feels like it. Some days she is productive, and some days she wastes hours scrolling through social media. Over time, her inconsistent efforts lead to stagnation. Now imagine the same entrepreneur who disciplines herself to follow a daily schedule, researching the market every morning, connecting with clients every afternoon, and reviewing her goals every evening. Even on days when motivation is absent, she shows up. That small difference in habit builds momentum, shapes her mindset, and eventually produces results. Discipline becomes not just a tool, but a lifestyle, a silent partner that works with you even when the world isn't watching. Discipline also forces you to confront discomfort. Growth never occurs in comfort zones. Every athlete, every successful business person, every artist you admire has faced moments of resistance where their body, mind, or emotions screamed to quit. It is in those moments that discipline decides your fate. Take Serena Williams, for example. Injuries, losses, and personal challenges could have ended her career countless times. But her discipline, the daily training, the mental preparation, the ability to push through pain kept her at the top of tennis for decades. Progress demanded she endure what most would avoid. And through that endurance, she built an unparalleled legacy. One of the most relatable aspects of discipline is its universality. You don't need to be a superstar to practice it. Ordinary people, quietly applying consistent effort in their lives, achieve extraordinary results. Think of a parent waking up before dawn to create a better life for their children. Think of a student studying late into the night to secure a scholarship. Think of a small business owner working tirelessly in their garage to grow an empire. Discipline does not discriminate. It rewards those who commit, regardless of talent, wealth, or initial circumstances. And yet, discipline requires a confrontation with our own excuses. We are experts at rationalizing why we don't start today. I'll begin tomorrow. I'm too tired. I'll wait until conditions are perfect. The harsh truth is this: conditions are never perfect. Motivation ebbs and flows. Life throws challenges, and obstacles are inevitable. But discipline doesn't wait for motivation or ideal conditions. Discipline is about taking action despite fear, fatigue, and uncertainty. It's the decision to honor your goals with action every single day. That is why, in the long run, disciplined people always win over those who rely solely on talent or fleeting inspiration. Another lesson from history is the story of Thomas Edison, whose name is synonymous with invention and perseverance. He failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the practical light bulb. Each failed attempt could have been a reason to quit, but Edison's discipline, the unwavering commitment to testing, refining, and learning from mistakes turned failure into a stepping stone. His consistent effort illuminated not just bulbs, but the world itself. Discipline transforms obstacles into opportunities because it teaches you that progress is rarely a straight path. It is the sum of repeated, intentional actions over time. Even in everyday life, discipline shapes outcomes in ways we often overlook. A person who wakes up consistently, eats wisely, manages their time, and respects commitments builds momentum without noticing it. Over months and years, these small habits compound into massive transformation. The person who disciplines themselves to read daily gains knowledge, perspective, and mental sharpness that cannot be bought. The person who disciplines themselves to exercise regularly builds not only a healthy body but a strong mind and confidence. These results are invisible in the short term, but undeniable over time. The emotional impact of discipline is profound. It brings clarity, pride, and self-respect. When you honor your commitments to yourself, even on days when no one else notices, you build a relationship with your future self. That future self becomes strong, capable, and unshakable. And when challenges inevitably arise, you face them not with panic, but with resilience, because discipline has already prepared you. Progress becomes a natural consequence of consistent, disciplined effort. No discipline, no progress. It's that simple. There is no magic pill, no secret shortcut, no one-time effort that can replace the power of consistent action. Every great life, every fulfilled dream, every achievement traces back to the same source. A person deciding to show up every day, to do the work even when it is uncomfortable, inconvenient, or unseen. If you want success, happiness, and fulfillment, start with discipline. Decide to act when it's hard. Decide to commit when it's inconvenient. Decide to build momentum when motivation is gone. These small, disciplined decisions compound over weeks, months, and years, turning ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The choice is yours. You can wait for inspiration, hope for luck, and dream of instant results. Or you can embrace discipline, the quiet, unglamorous, but unstoppable force that separates those who succeed from those who only wish. Every step you take in alignment with your goals, every small victory over laziness, every decision to honor your commitments adds up. Progress is not complicated. It is deliberate, persistent, and disciplined. No shortcuts, no excuses, just a simple truth. No discipline, no progress. It's that simple. No discipline, no progress. It's that simple. It may sound like a statement so obvious that it hardly deserves attention, yet it's a truth most people spend a lifetime ignoring. We live in a world that constantly tempts us with shortcuts, quick fixes, and instant gratification. Social media makes success appear effortless. One viral post, one lucky strike, one big opportunity. And suddenly, someone seems to have it all. But these are illusions. Real progress, the kind that changes lives, the kind that builds wealth, health, skill, and character, never comes without discipline. Discipline is the backbone of every achievement, the silent engine that runs behind every story of triumph. Without it, desire alone, talent alone, or motivation alone is never enough. Consider the story of Michael Jordan, often celebrated as the greatest basketball player of all time. When you watch his highlights, you see the championships, the slam dunks, the iconic moments that made his name legendary. But those moments were not born of mere talent. In high school, Jordan was cut from his varsity basketball team. Many would have given up, feeling rejected and discouraged. But Jordan responded differently. He committed himself to relentless practice long after his teammates had gone home. He trained in the dark, shot hundreds of baskets alone, ran until his legs burned, and repeated drills until perfection became habit. That is discipline. It is invisible. It is painful. It is inconvenient. And it is the reason why the world remembers his greatness. Talent gave him an opportunity, but discipline turned it into legacy. Discipline is not just about monumental effort. It lives in the smallest daily choices. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an example of ordinary effort executed with extraordinary consistency. Before fame, before the millions of followers and blockbuster movies, he was struggling with debt, rejection, and setbacks that could have ended any dream. But Johnson trained his body and mind with unwavering consistency. His mornings began at 4 a.m. hours of grueling workouts sculpting not just muscles but mental toughness. His days were filled with action, even when motivation was absent. He disciplined himself in nutrition, work ethic, and mindset. The results did not come overnight, but over years, that consistent effort created momentum so powerful, it transformed his life completely. This is the essence of discipline: doing what must be done, even when no one is watching, even when your body and mind resist. The power of discipline goes beyond external achievements. It builds character. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, offers one of the clearest illustrations of this truth. Before her success, Rowling was a struggling single mother, writing in cafes while her infant slept beside her. Her manuscript faced countless rejections, moments of despair, and financial hardships. She could have easily abandoned her dream, but she disciplined herself to write every day, to honor her vision even when the world said no. Her consistent commitment transformed her life and brought the magical world of Hogwarts to millions of readers worldwide. Discipline, in her story, became a bridge between her dreams and reality. It is a bridge anyone can build, but it requires persistence and courage. Discipline is not glamorous. It is often repetitive, tedious, and invisible. Progress does not come from grand gestures, but from small, deliberate actions repeated consistently. Consider Serena Williams, a tennis legend whose journey is defined by unwavering discipline. She faced injuries, personal setbacks, and moments that could have ended her career. Yet she trained, practiced, and competed relentlessly, pushing herself through exhaustion and pain. Every morning, every drill, every disciplined effort compounded into a level of mastery few ever reach. Her story teaches us that discipline is not an occasional effort, it is a lifestyle. Without it, even the greatest talent will remain unfulfilled. Even outside of fame and sports, discipline defines outcomes in ordinary lives. Imagine a student who dreams of a scholarship. Talent alone will not suffice. Motivation comes and goes, but a disciplined student will show up every day, read, practice, and prepare, even when distracted by friends, social media, or fatigue. The consistent effort compounds, building skills, confidence, and results that eventually open doors. The person who disciplines themselves in small daily actions, whether it is saving money, studying, exercising, or learning a skill, creates a life far beyond what luck or inspiration alone could provide. Discipline transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. Discipline also teaches patience and resilience. Progress rarely happens in straight lines. There are failures, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the practical light bulb, is a prime example. He failed thousands of times before succeeding. Many of those failures could have been discouraging enough to make him quit. But Edison's discipline, his ability to persist, to learn from mistakes, to repeat the process, tirelessly turned failure into a foundation for success. Discipline does not guarantee instant results, but it guarantees progress when applied consistently. It turns resistance, obstacles, and setbacks into fuel for growth. The emotional power of discipline cannot be overstated. It builds self-respect, pride, and confidence. When you honor your commitments, even on days when no one notices, you strengthen the bond with your future self. That future self becomes capable, resilient, and unstoppable. Imagine waking up 1 year from now, having consistently disciplined yourself in your goals, the body you dreamed of, the skills you longed to master, the savings you promised yourself. The joy and pride of seeing tangible results from daily, disciplined action is unlike any instant gratification the world offers. This is why so many successful people emphasize that discipline is freedom. It gives you control over your life, rather than letting circumstances control you. Motivation is fleeting. It ebbs and flows like waves on a beach. One day, you feel invincible. The next, exhausted. Talent is a gift, but without discipline, it is wasted. Discipline does not depend on mood or circumstance. It depends on commitment. It is the decision to show up again and again, to do the work even when it is difficult, inconvenient, or unexciting. This commitment compounds over time, producing results invisible at first but undeniable eventually. Real progress is never flashy. It is quiet, patient, and relentless. Even in daily life, the people who achieve extraordinary results are not necessarily the most talented, the luckiest, or the most intelligent. They are the most disciplined. Think of entrepreneurs who build businesses from their garages, parents who rise before dawn to provide opportunities for their children, or everyday individuals who create lives of health, stability, and fulfillment through consistent effort. Discipline does not discriminate. It rewards those who choose action over excuses. It builds momentum that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Discipline also means resisting temptation and delaying gratification. Progress requires saying no to what is easy and comfortable, and yes to what is necessary and productive. Consider Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time. He has lived a life of simplicity, discipline, and patience, making decisions based on long-term gains rather than short-term pleasures. His disciplined approach to money, investment, and life made him a billionaire. Not overnight, but through decades of consistent, calculated effort. This principle applies to every area of life: health, skill, relationships, and personal growth. The reality is that progress cannot exist without structure. Without discipline, talent stagnates, dreams fade, and goals remain distant. There is no shortcut, no magic trick, no substitute for showing up every day and doing the work. The people we admire, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the creators, the thinkers, are not exceptional because of luck. They are exceptional because they discipline themselves to act when most would quit, to persevere when most would give up, and to prioritize long-term vision over short-term comfort. Every small decision to act consistently, every refusal to surrender to excuses, every moment of perseverance compounds into unstoppable momentum. No discipline, no progress. It's simple, yet profound. It is a truth that shapes every life, every career, every dream. The world will continue offering distractions, comfort, and excuses. Motivation will wane, talent alone will falter. But discipline, the steady, quiet, consistent commitment to action will carry you forward. It is the bridge between dreams and reality, between desire and achievement. It transforms ordinary people into legends, struggles into triumphs, and potential into performance. Your life right now is a reflection of your habits, choices, and discipline. If you want to change it, start by showing up. Begin small, commit daily, and honor your word to yourself. Choose to act even when motivation is absent, when the path is hard, and when results seem invisible. Let discipline become your foundation. It may not be glamorous, it may not feel exciting, but over time, it will give you everything you are striving for. No discipline, no progress. The simplicity of this truth belies its power. Every great life, every fulfilled dream, every milestone achieved is built on it. You cannot wish it into existence. You cannot borrow it from anyone else. You must cultivate it, practice it, and live it. Your future, your success, and your growth are waiting, but they require one thing: discipline. Decide today to honor your goals, respect your potential, and commit to the work. Show up consistently, act deliberately, and embrace the quiet power of discipline. Progress is inevitable for those who choose it. It's not complicated. It's not magical. It's just simple, consistent, disciplined action. No discipline, no progress. It's that simple. Remember this: your future is not built by luck, by fleeting motivation, or by waiting for the perfect moment. It is built by the choices you make right now, the small actions you take today, and the discipline you commit to in the quiet moments when no one is watching. Every great achievement in history began with someone deciding, I will show up, I will act, I will persist, and that someone can be you. You have the power to take control of your life. You have the ability to replace excuses with action, fear with courage, and procrastination with discipline. Start small. Start now. But start with purpose. Show up for yourself every single day. Build habits that honor your goals. Push past discomfort. Embrace the process, because every moment of effort, every repetition, every choice to act compounds into results you cannot yet imagine. No one can live your life for you. No one can walk your path for you. But you can take the first step today, and then another tomorrow, and another the day after. Progress is not about speed, it is about persistence. It is about becoming the person who does what needs to be done, even when it is hard, even when it is uncomfortable, and even when it feels invisible. So stand up, commit to your future. Decide today that you will no longer let excuses, laziness, or fear dictate the life you live. Discipline is not a burden, it is freedom. It is your bridge from where you are to where you want to be. And once you start walking it, you will see the incredible truth. The power to change your life has always been in your hand. Your journey begins now. Show up, be consistent, be disciplined, and watch your progress become unstoppable.